Hello, grandparents and grandchildren. This is the Gran-NaNa. Real quickly, I want to talk about building a foundation and some roots and the way things play into your life, and let you know about the Gran-NaNa, why she sees some things the way that she do. So first, I got to give a shout out to my peoples in Madison Heights by way of Piney River, Virginia, where I used to live as a little children, and was, in a family where it was my grandparents, my parents, and me and my brother. And then we ventured to Madison Heights and, took it from there. So let me go on back and just say some things that relate to peoples. Now, the one thing these children need today is love. They need love and affection. They need acceptance. They need to know that the parents and the grandparents, that they love them. Now these children is out here trying to find love, looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces. Somebody sung that song, I just don't know who. But what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that, no matter where you go, your foundation can help determine how you respond to the directions that you have in your life. Now, I remember when I was a little children, I had wanted some warm milk one day and my grandma told me no. And so I decided I'm going to fix me some milk. I went in that refrigerator, put that carton up on the gas stove, turned that stove on, and I was waiting for the milk to get warm. Well, it didn't. The carton caught on fire. My grandma came in there. She said, "Lord, child, what you doing?" By this time, the milk, I tried to pull the carton and the milk came out and it scalded my hand. So she went and got some salve. Y'all know what I'm talking about that salve in there, don't you? Everybody had a grandma or a big mother had the salve. The salve was in a jar. Sometimes the salve ain't even have no label on it because they done concocted it up at the house and made some salve. But she put some salve on my hand, wrapped it up in some cotton cloth, cotton strips that she had boiled and, sterilized and packed away in some wax paper to use the, and because sometimes a Band-Aid won't there. And she told me, she said, if you want something, why don't you just let me know? And I remember asking and she's saying no, and I didn't accept that no. So what am I trying to say? Grandparents, these grandchildren out here, sometimes they may ask you for stuff and you say no, but let them know that you love them anyway. Because sometimes what happens, children will interpret that as you don't love them and they go out here looking for stuff. And sometimes the stuff they find, that stuff ain't good. So you got to let your children and your grandchildren know, I got you. Now, even though it might be some good, it might be some bad, it might be something different, but they need to know that you love them. You know what I'm saying? Back then in Piney River, I lived on a 77-acre farm with my grandparents, and we had the cows and the chickens and the pigs and all that stuff. And so, but at the same time, we had a foundation of family. See, now, times done changed. People done got crazy and they don't want to look at family. Everybody want to be out for themselves. But you can't forget your children and your grandchildren. They need to know you love them, because if not, it's some cray-crays out here that will tell them everything they want to hear and put them children and grandchildren's lives up in a tailspin. And then you got to go to the altar of prayer and pray for the soul. Now, what I'm going to say is that sometimes, if we don't communicate rightly with our children and the grandchildren, they may not understand the depth of love we have for them. So you got to be careful what you say. You got to be careful how you build the foundation. You know what I'm saying, grandparents? I love my grandchildren. I love my children. Sure, I love the children that I didn't even bring into the world. Sometime Gran-NaNa, whose house was known as Mama, Mom, Claw Mom, Miss Register, Miss Walker, Miss whatever. I would come home and find children there that I didn't even know, but they came in. I never denied them a place to sleep or a plate of food to eat. You know why? Because they was looking for something. Love your grandchildren and your children, because the world out here don't give a flying flip. And at the end of the day, as minuscule as that salve was to this whole thing, that salve meant something. That means my grandma loved me enough to cover up my pain and promote healing and make sure that it was taken care of. Love your grandchildren and your children. Promote healing. Let them know that you are there. You're that piece that can help them. And then at the end of the day, grandparents and grandchildren, parents of the children, you'd be surprised the difference that a foundation will make. Now, I could go to church on y'all right now, but I'm going to give it up to the Lord. Because at the end of the day, your children and your grandchildren going to remember what you did. And if that stuff was jacked up, or as my cousin Teresa Chambers say, toe up from the floor up and the ceiling down, then, like my friend Yvonne says, one thing for sure and two things for certain. That mess is going to show up. So get that foundation straight, people. Get it straight. All right? Now, this is the Gran-NaNa. I'm going to tell you, be blessed by the best, because I must confess to being a Gran-NaNa ain't easy. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one now. Bye.